want to say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Men Stone. Shalom to all our brothers and out there push his truth in our sincerity and our honesty. This is a brother from Jamaica camp on Yeshamai.
I war.
And this evening one of my video, and this protest will take place in New York. You see, because scripture speak about all these things that take place, lead up to the second coming of the Lord, Yahushai. You see, scripture mention about an uproar of the people. You see it, and we see these things been taking place, over the years, especially in this time now. But we're living in it because, a lot of people now get offended or get upset over this whole government shutdown now, and, a lot of people out of job now, you see me? So people sick and tired of this whole shutdown thing now. See how people start to rebel against this whole shutdown because they want to go back to basically normal life. You see, the average people. You see?
I have videos coming out sparking a lot of ideas in the people head about this whole COVID-19. It is a fake. So the media coming out and say misinformation and all of that. So they are blocking videos off of even Facebook and all them things, man. Because them say people are getting misinformation about the COVID-19. And people coming out and start getting smart about the chip and the whole chip thing. See? So they might do this thing for chip people, microchip people and all of that.
Can you have protests in video and RTV in Texas?
Yeah, in Texas and California.
Can people protesting against the mark of the beast. So hey, we don't have time here. Go on, brother.
This is an article from RT News. Published that's today the 20th of April 2020. Year of prophecy. Alright, it says protest clock Buffalo demanding Cuomo lift the lockdown in New York worst hit by COVID-19. It says a motorcade of protesters has jammed up Niagara Square in Buffalo, New York. The demonstrators want lockdown measures lift in their corner of the Empire State, but their defense has angered some citizens. It says, sticking to their cars to maintain social distance, a crowd of protesters blocked the streets of central Buffalo on Monday, calling on Governor Andrew Cuomo to reopen the economy of New York State.
And give me sit there, brother. Second Ezra's 9 and verse 1, brother.
Second Ezra's 9 verse 1.
1.
He answered me then and said, measure the time thou did it diligently in itself.
Because you're supposed to measure the time diligently in itself. I have a scripture, you can bring out Ecclesiastes, brother, for me. Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 5. Then I go back to that.
Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 5.
Verse 5? 1?
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah, man.
Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing.
1.
A wise man's heart.
A wise man's heart means a wise man's mind, because the word heart go back to the Hebrew word lab, which basically means mind. 1.
A wise man's heart discerneth both times and judgment.
Discerneth both times and judgment. I don't know what time period we live in right now. But this is what the scripture says. You see, go back to 2 Ezra now, brother. People say you're supposed to measure the time diligently in itself. See, go on.
Alright, so measured, and he answered me then and said, measure the time, thou measure the time diligently in itself.
Go on.
And when thou seest parts of his time pass, which I have told thee before,
go on.
Then shall thou understand that it is the very same time.
Then you are going to understand it is the very same time, the time we're living in right now. Go on.
Right. That the highest will begin to visit the world.
That the Yahweh are going to visit the world. So when that time when the Father are going to visit this world, yo. You see me at that time period we live in right now.
His son Yahushai.
What?
Right. Begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquake and uproars of the people,
I will see a lot of earthquakes, throughout the years coming up. You see, and especially if not this year we see a lot of earthquakes. I believe we see our earthquake supposed to like 80.
80 there.
Yeah, there.
5.5 earthquake.
So and I want to lick Jamaica too. Now what time?
Can?
Yeah. So and the place in
different
countries.
Yes.
You get Puerto Rico. All these places get hit by earthquake. All these things. You see me go back to. The prophecy of the Heavenly Father. People say, thou shall be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder you know, with earthquake and flame of devouring fire. You see, you have to put in the scripture. So all these things go back to, you know, Bible prophecy. All these things have happened, you know, lead up to the second coming of the Lord, the Yahushua. Go on, brother.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes
and
uproars of the people in the world.
Uproars of the people in the world, like what takes place right now in America. You see, me, all these things go back to Bible prophecy. You see, we see it take place now right across the world.
Hey, and basically we've been seeing uproars across the world in different countries, man. See? Well, this is the main country where we want to see the uproars, man, because this is the country where, you know, mainly where the country, where the scriptures prophesy say, these uproars are coming. We're going to have race war, see? Civil war, civil unrest and all of that, man. See? People come up against some government, sedition, and all of them stuff there, man. See?
He said, then shall thou well understand that the Most High speak of these things, speak of those things, right, from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
So if Father speak of these things, let's say take place now, is it from what? The beginning. Give me Isaiah, Isaiah 6, 46, 9.
It's Isaiah 46 and verse 9.
Go on.
So remember the former things of old. For I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me.
There's none like Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. Go on.
Declaring the end from the beginning.
Declaring the end from the beginning. So the Heavenly Father want to declare the end from the beginning. You see, because everything was predestined from the foundation, before the foundation of the world. Everything was predestined. Go on.
Declaring the end from the beginning. And from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done.
And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done. Like the prophecies them. We see we have come to pass now. You see, we have certain prophecies basically also, you know, we come to pass. You see, like RFID microchip, we already see. You know, they're coming to.
It's explaining into its perfection now.
And the third words were destruction. You see, the scripture speak out, yeah? The least of the flock, jar America out. So-called Jews, them, jar America out. You know, this third words were destruction. These two main prophecy. You know? Go on.
Major ones,
Go on.
Declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Exactly.
Good. The Lord said, man, do all in pleasure, man.
Exactly.
These are the most high pleasures, because as the scripture said, the Lord make all these things for his pleasure, man. So whatever you see are going on the earth now, because the Lord set it up to go that way.
Okay, 2 Ezra 9 and verse 4.
Yeah.
So then shall thou well understand that the Most High speak of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world at a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
We can clear that right now, so the end of this wicked society.
The vision is yet for an appointed time.
But the end shall speak, and not lie, and to speak right now. As the brother quote the scripture. Go on.
It says everything, back to the article, it says everything Como is doing is aimed at New York City, but we have to suffer the consequences and it has to stop. One protester told local media on Sunday. So basically everything what them do aim at one in a New York City, but hey, them not get no benefit out of it, man. Them say, it says, so Como has extended the shutdown until May 15, and President Donald Trump announced he would leave the decision and when to reopen up to state governors. However, New York is not the only state reluctant to relax the lockdown. And similar protests have broken out in more than 10 states in recent days, including Texas, Washington, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. You see? So protests are going across America. They're springing up, popping up all over, man. You know, like Wi-Fi hotspot. So them popping up all over. So soon or very soon, you know, so people is gonna start losing it, man, and start to riot, man.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 1. Say, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Read again.
2 Ezra 15 and verse 1.
Go on.
Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Speak down in the ears of the Lord's people, the word of prophecy. You know, we've been bringing out the scripture a lot, you know, from last week, because in our time, you know, these prophecies, you know, that come to pass right now before we eyes. So scripture says we're supposed to speak in the ears of the Lord's people, the word of prophecy.
Gone.
You see me, and this year, Apostle Tar, rightfully called this year the year of prophecy. You see me, from the month of January start, you see me come to this time. You know, a lot of prophecies basically been happening. You see me taking place, you know, you see me constantly.
Yeah, as he has rightfully called the rest of years them.
Can.
As he has rightfully called them, man, through the Spirit and power of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yoshai. So you see who the Spirit of the Lord is working with, man.
So behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
But the word of the Heavenly Father is what? Faithful and true.
I'll jump to verse 14. Say, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh.
For the sword and their destruction draw nigh. And we can clearly see that right now. You see, based off of the prophecies that was taking place here. It says, the brother mentioned one of the main place, you know, would have basically look for say a lot of uproars is going to take place in America. Because America is a place, you know, where the art of Jacob's trouble is going to take place here.
It's right.
You see, the land of Babylon, you know, the land of confusion. One brother?
So, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
Race war. You see, me, I got a race war, you know, in America. You see, me, we see this thing with China now. You see, me, and the so-called Negroes, and so-called Africans, as what they must say. You know, you see a lot of videos now, you know, people doing videos talking about even. I believe I see a video with in Nigeria. They say they must burn on so-called Chinese place, Moabites in place. Because they see Moabites are treat so-called black people bad. So we see it's a racial tension building. You see me, I go back to a Bible prophecy.
And I really say we're going to run that video because we don't know how legitimate it is. See, but you know, the scripture tell about rumors and rumors, because a lot of rumors are going to spread all over, man. See? All kind of different things. So
it's one people shall stand up to fight against another, and sword in their hands.
Weapon in their hands. Where's war, go on?
For there shall be sedition among men.
For there shall be what? Sedition among men. The word sedition basically go back to what? People coming up against them governments. You know, it's start to see what take place now. They protest them in America. If in New York, and it's go back to a Bible prophecy. Sedition among men. You see me? Citizens coming up against them government. Are they leaders? Go on?
That's right.
And invading one another.
Go on.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
They shall not regard their kings or princes. So they're not going to be about no leader.
The governor,
the government,
president, or prime minister, whatever you put, who get put to them, man.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Alright.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed.
People say a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because you have you know, certain places I get lockdown. You see me, you have checkpoint. You see, like what takes place in America, no? Right now.
And even out here in Jamaica, because in a Spanish town, you have a whole parish lock off.
Soon the whole island himself.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
The houses shall be destroyed because you're going to have a lot of people going to loot. A lot of looting going to take place.
Shop breaking in.
House breaking too. Because man, basically come and roll out to them whole crew or gang and go basically loot. You know, you also have the soldiers them and the police force. I go come and take your goods according to Bible prophecy. Because, you know, when food shortage happen and you have enough food, you can have certain amount of food for yourself and your family, while majority of people now none. So they basically come and take your food so they can ration it. You see, ration it back to you. You see, what?
So it's a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread.
Because of what? The lack of bread, shortage of food. Go on.
That's right, man.
And for great tribulation.
And for great tribulation. And we're in that time right now. See, go on.
It says similar scenes played out at a protest in Denver, Colorado on Sunday. There are photos of healthcare workers standing in front of a protester's pickup truck went viral, symbolizing the divide in America over lifting the lockdown.
Gone.
The inside said, the scripture tell about the Lord going to set the Egyptian against the Egyptians.
They can bring it up.
America, people get...
Isaiah 19, verse 4, I believe.
Let's go and bring what it says. It says, hours before the demonstration kicked off in Buffalo, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg appeared on ABC News saying his platform will remove all groups of planning similar protests across, accusing them of spreading harmful misinformation. Though the gatherings are legal, Facebook told and CNN reported that the decision was reached after consultation with a number of governors. See? So basically, them take down these videos of these protests of a Facebook because information are going out to people, man. See? And this thing are rile up the people, them. Because people are come out and talk things. So them are worried now. So they want all of them information they come down, man. See?
This is Isaiah 19 and verse 2.
One.
So now we set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
So Heavenly Father said, I'm going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And who is the mother of the Egyptians? The so-called white people. You see, they are the mother of the Egyptians because America is known as what? In a Revelation 11. Revelation 11. You can bring it up, brother?
I'm bring it out. This is Revelation 11.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. It says, Revelation 11 verse 8.
One.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You see, me talking about America. America is that great city. You see, jump to Revelation 17 and 18, brother. You see, go on now, basically.
This is Revelation 17 and verse 18.
Go on.
And the woman which thou sawest.
And the woman which thou sawest, talking about America, you see, the mother of harlot. Go on.
Is that great city.
Is that great city. Go on.
Which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Which reigneth over the kings of the earth, because America is the place where rule is wicked society. You see, the American military spread thin across the world. You see, them are the police for the earth.
And them are the great city, man.
God, so them is a great city which I mentioned. You see me, spiritually called what? Sodom and Egypt. So who is the mother of the Egyptians? So-called white people, them are the mother of the Egyptians. You see me, starting from the banking elites. Go on.
That's why the dollar bill. That's why the $1 bill have on the pyramid. And the all seen eye.
The missing capstone, man.
Yeah.
Let me just read that again.
Yeah.
Isaiah 19 verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
So Heavenly Father said, I'm going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, the Edomites against the Edomites.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother.
And if they shall fight everyone against his brother. I will see a lot of protests now, start to pop off in America. Because these people, these so-called white people in America, they're fed up and tired of this whole thing. Because as the brother mentioned, a lot of information coming out now, and a lot of people, getting upset over this whole shutdown thing. In Texas, they say have a lot of people now protesting about and not taking the mark of the beast. You see, so what takes place right now? Or lead up to, this prophecy. Go on, brother.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor.
They shall fight everyone against his brother. See, the malicious them are come up against the government. Go on. I've been seeing a lot of guns buying up, from last month. A lot of people in America basically been running to the gun store and buying up a lot of guns. So you can say, Lord, I'm going to set them against each other. And I'm going to fight against one another. Go on.
So cities against cities.
Cities against cities. State against state. Go on.
Kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom against kingdom.
Go on. This is Luke. This is Mark 3 and verse 24. Say, And if a kingdom be divided against itself.
And if a kingdom be divided against itself, you see, because this is a kingdom right now. You see, people might not think about it or view it as a kingdom, but it's a kingdom.
It's a kingdom.
And a kingdom, you have a king, you have kings, you have a royal family, you have slaves.
Can.
You see, we are the slaves. You see me? Banking elite, them are the king. You know?
In
this kingdom.
Can.
You see me? I have queen, queen, that all.
The one which Queen Elizabeth, what she want name.
So this is a kingdom. So this is what the scripture says. If a kingdom be divided against itself, so can white people, the Edomites, divided against themselves, go on.
It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself,
go on.
That kingdom shall not stand.
That kingdom shall not stand. So it's fall away right now.
Esau's kingdom is falling, man.
Gone.
And if a house be divided against itself,
gone,
it cannot stand.
Gone.
Right? And, and if Satan rise up against itself and be divided, it cannot stand.
Gone. Right. So so-called white man kingdom can never stand. You see, because right now them divided. You see, we have so-called white people against each other right now.
Yeah, and yes, Esau is divided, man, because right now you have one side that push globalism, which them push them new world order, and then Donald Trump is saying America first, against the whole thing. So he push nationalism, and the rest Europe push the globalism thing. So you know, so right now the house is divided, the house of Esau divided, man. Second Ezra 16 and verse 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Gone.
It says the beginning of sorrows.
Beginning of sorrows been bring scriptures a lot, because we already seen these things the scriptures speak about, I play it right before our eyes right now. You see, like what take place in America. A lot of these protests, start to pop up in America now.
Gone.
It's basically laws it's going to lead up to, rioting.
Which is right, man.
You see, because if you speak about, these things that will take place. So you pass it? Read it again, brother.
It says, the beginning of sorrows.
The beginning of sorrows. What you see that take place now in America, across the world, is the beginning of sorrows, according to the scripture. Go on.
And great mourning.
Great mourning. Go on.
The beginning of famine and great death.
The beginning of what? Famine and great death. I was a shortage of food now, right across the world now. You see people are complaining about food, food shortage because of this whole coronavirus. So also Esau, agenda, the agenda, we want to basically bring across you.
It says the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the poor shall stand in fear.
Gone. All leaders, all these politicians, presidents, will stand in fear to the level of chaos. They basically come up on the earth. About the time we're approaching right now, go on.
The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Go on. Because the average people not think about, these things that to come, You see, they might look for things go back to normal. It's the reason why you have people now protesting in America, because they're tired of this whole shutdown thing. Since they don't want back to normal life.
Yeah.
So,
things are come back.
Things are come back to normal.
Go
on.
It says, behold, famine, plague, and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
So, all people, you see, seeing all these things, taking place now, right across the world, And I guess them still not turn from them wicked ways. They might continue, basically being wicked until the time of destruction. But only the elect of the Heavenly Father are going to cancel them ways, you see me, and turn from this wicked way of life and turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yashai. You see, because only He going to take heed according to the scripture. See what I say? My sheep hear my voice and follow me. And I know them. So only He going to take heed to the word of the Heavenly Father. I bet how people are going to continue to do what they want to do until the time, you see, this wicked destruction of this wicked society.
Hey, I want to know we show you all these things come. Even with the COVID-19 thing going on now, it says these are scourges, man. It's a plague. See, where them set up on the earth. See? But yet still, people still in them live wickedly, man. and them show them wickedness towards each other more and more. Because even as it is prophesied in the scriptures, man, say, hey, family are gonna come against family, man. See? But when we as a people should be united in a time like this, see? Hey, we divided against each other, man.
But the scripture tell us.
Scripture tell us.
It's betrayed by your parents.
Scripture never promise a unity in this time. The scripture tell us as the day goes by, it get even, man.
Get even, man.
Scripture go quote the other day, the love of many shall wax.
Right, because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax.
Love of many shall wax. So, yeah, can act.
And be iniquity, man.
Be iniquity, man. Yeah, can. Because people there on the internet doing wickedness, man. Them in them quarantine lockdown, see? Them there on TikTok. You have this thing where them they on TikTok, I don't know what them call it. The man, some man put brush in front of the camera and I take it back and them appear as a woman behind the camera. See? All them wickedness, man. Now consider them ways. See? Them still want to live nasty, man. See?
Finish?
It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And we see what people in it, man. Gross darkness cover the land. See? Gross darkness cover the people, man. See? Because instead of people be looking to themselves and get wise, hey, people are get more ignorant, man. See? Of what's going on. See? It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine.
Let the people going to die by famine. So what the scripture says, many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. See me, and famine is one of the terriblest way to die, according to the scripture. Go on.
And the harder that escape the hunger, shall the sword destroy.
Shall the sword destroy. If I ask you, Ezekiel 6 and about 12, I think. Bring out the scripture. See, man.
Ezekiel 6 and verse 12. Ezekiel 6 verse 12.
One.
Say, he that is far off shall die of the pestilence.
Can't you say, he that is far off shall die of the pestilence, like diseases. Go on.
And he that is near shall fall by the sword.
And he that is near shall fall by the sword, by the weapon, machete, the knife, the gun, the pickaxe. You know? Go on.
And he that remaineth and is besieged shall die by the famine.
Go on.
Thus will I accomplish my fury upon them.
Exactly. So people go and die in all different style. You see, maybe the Father going to basically destroy a lot of people in the time to come. You see, we hope and pray to Yahweh Shemeshah and give us the strength, and the faith to basically push this work until the end.
In design different ways to protect them out, man. Scripture said the sword,
the sword to slay.
Sword to slay.
Jeremiah 15. You can get Jeremiah 15 and 2.
Jeremiah 15 and verse 2, it says, start one.
Yeah, go on.
It says, Jeremiah 15 verse 1, it says, then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth.
And Moses basically represents the laws, because the laws was given to Moses to give to us, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, the Latinos, and Native American Indian today. You see me, and Samuel represent the prophets. So Scripture said, Moses and Samuel stood before the Heavenly Father, yet the mind could not be towards our people, because our people are seed of evildoers. So from the time we left out of Egypt, even to this very day. What?
Hey, like you have this nigga, this Christian nigga with this do-rag thing on him head, mesh cap when come on, the Yashua body the video, and the man said that if whosoever teach the law or teach the 10 commandments, a wickedness them do, man. See? Basically that the man say. Say if you teach the law, because he might talk against the Hebrew Israelites. Say if you teach the law, a wickedness to teach the law. See?
And I have short piece for that. It's a short piece about the point.
Go on.
It says Matthew 5 and verse 19. So whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Right,
but whosoever shall teach them, right, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
which is right, man. See? It says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? This Jeremiah 15 verse 2 says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword.
So even for such are for death to death, and such are for the sword to the sword. Go on.
And such are for the famine to the famine.
And such are for the famine to the famine. And a lot of people are going to die by famine. According to the scripture, everybody read earlier and said, many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. So that's how the scripture says. Such are for the famine to the famine. Go on.
And such are for the captivity to the captivity.
So such are for the captivity to the captivity. The concentration camp or the FEMA camps.
Which is right.
You know, are these schools or churches, you know, are places where basically is so-called white people, or basically bring a lot of people to basically receive our microchip. One.
And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord.
Said who? Said the Lord, Yahweh Shemir Shai, go on.
The sword to slay.
The sword to slay, go on.
And the dogs to tear.
So even the dogs are going to tear a lot of people flesh at the time to come here. Because you're going to have a lot of dead bodies like the streets, you know, and the bushes. So the dogs are going to eat a lot of dead bodies here. Night time to come.
Scriptures are man body going to up on the ground like as dung, man. See? And no man not going to gather them. You know, and I was like that video sending in the group, we don't echo door. See? The people are die. I die echo door from the whole COVID-19 thing, and basically people have to have them family body in them house for 4 days before they go bury it and all of that, man. People abandon people body on the street side and leave it. All then something they say, man. It can come worse than that in the time to come. It says, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven. It says, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Exactly.
See?
Like Leviathan.
See? It says, and I will cause them to be removed into all.
So with that, let's say I'll praise and honor to Yahweh Shemir Shai Bashim Kodash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all our brothers and out there push his throat, can them push his throat. You know, because pretty soon we're going to leave this wicked society. Shalom.
Shalom.